What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great day. We're here to do your zodiac readings, zodiac sign readings. Anyways, what we're gonna do is get advice for. I do them by element. So today we're gonna be doing fire. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Um, so we're gonna get advice for each signs. So if usually I'm not gonna do pick a cards here. I'm just gonna pull stories, advice for whatever the fire signs need to hear. Okay. Also, don't forget to show me some love, like, share, subscribe these to my videos, and if you just come to hate, you can. Either way, you can do that. Either way, I'm just gonna do me, and most likely you're gonna get a message out of this. So go ahead, stick around. Also, if any of these resonate and you want to check out other videos that I do different kinds of videos for work, love, health, even legal stuff. Check out my Patreon page. I'm going to put a link for that below. All right, guys, so just remember all these details might not resonate for you, but there might be messages in here, so, stick around and let's see what comes through. All right, so let's get started. The first I'm gonna pull, we're gonna start off with Aries. Okay, we're gonna start off with Aries. We're gonna pull two of these archetype cards. One of the cards is gonna tell us what your strengths are, and the other card is gonna show us the shadow attributes that you need to work on. Okay, so let's start off with your light attributes. These are your strengths. All right, so the first card you got for your strengths is Liberator. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So that's something that you're doing, and you're being successful at that. Okay, let's see what you need to work on. What do the Aries need to work on? What do Aries need to work on? What message do you have for Aries? All right. Let's see. You have Child Eternal. This is for your shadow attributes. Inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. So Aries, so that's what you're working on with the Liberator. So as your light attributes, you're starting to free yourself by releasing negative patterns. And these negative patterns could have had to do with your inability to be responsible, hold yourself accountable for your behavior. And also you could have depended a lot on others, and even if it's not financially, you don't have to depend on someone financially to be codependent. You could be codependent on their energy. I don't, it's kind of like a grown adult child who still gets into messes, and their parents still have to clean up their, save them and bail them out every time. That's not to be confused with, people that fall on hard times needing that support. This is talking about somebody who just doesn't want to be responsible, who's very childish. So that's what that is your shadow attribute. So that's something that you need to really start looking at, okay? But with the light attribute, it says that you are starting, you're beginning that process to free yourself from those negative thought patterns, okay? So let's get into it with the tarot and see what story comes through and what else Spirit can tell us about why it's why it's hard for you to grow up. So we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. No support. So you're childish because childish, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone, but what comes out comes out. So your childish behavior could have been because you didn't give any support. You wanted someone to come in and do everything for you, and anytime you had a problem, come fix it for me. You did nothing to take responsibility for your own life. Then we got the Two of Wands in reverse. You're no, okay, so you're this talks about your plans falling apart. And what that means is what that's talking about is you always thought that this person was going to be around, taking care of you, clean up your messes, saving you. And that's not true. You're learning a hard lesson that no, this person might love me, but they ain't gonna put up with my bullshit no more. Okay? So that's what you're needing to do, some internal work to look at yourself, and that might not be something you really feel comfortable or want to do. You know? You like to put on the show that I'm happy, everything's all, everything's all great with me. But the truth is that you're in denial. You're in denial. You have an inability to commit to putting your fair share. Yeah, it's time for you to make amends with the people that you haven't supported, you haven't had, you haven't given, you haven't. It could have been like this. The other person, the other people could have been trying to keep the peace, and you were just bringing conflict. You'd like to fight. You're emotionally immature. Emotionally immature, and that's what that child eternal is talking about. You're emotionally immature. And because of that, there's been an imbalance in your home life. Okay. You were dishonest. You were dishonest. What were you dishonest about? Yeah, okay, so you're dishonest telling everybody, oh, I'm doing all this, I'm doing this, I'm paying for that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But the truth is you ain't really doing shit for this person. If anything, all you're doing is causing problems. That's what it's saying. It's one-sided. That's what you're saying. You are being dishonest about the situation being one-sided. Because you're telling people, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but you're not telling them the shit that you're doing. You're creating conflict. You're being dishonest. You could be stealing from this person too. I don't know why that came through. They could also be saying that you could be lying on this person, saying that this person is a bully and that they're sexually promiscuous. You're telling people that they're lazy, they have no ambition, that they're not, they have lack of focus. So But the person that's doing the talking, the person that's doing the talking is gonna get found out for being a liar. Wow, man. That's crazy. Okay. So Aries, if it's you that is there, that spirit's saying it's time for you to grow up, you really, really need to take the time to look at what you do and say about to people and about people, because really that's a reflection of yourself. And so there's a need for you to stop putting up that front that you're so great, you're doing all this, you're doing all this great shit, but the truth is, you're being deceptive. Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm being overly critical, because for your light attributes, you got freeing yourself from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thoughts. Let's look into this, okay? Let's look into this. I don't know why I just got the feeling like if this childish behavior, it's almost like, remember we said emotionally immature. This is somebody who doesn't like to see other people happy. And that's a really unhealthy energy to be in. It just highlights your own misery, freeing yourself from outmoded beliefs and releasing negative thought patterns. There's a need for you to get clarity, get clear-minded, to look at something in a new light. You need to go from the child looking at things to learning, to the adult learning to how to be clear-minded and speak truth. The King of Swords is truthful in his communication. Oh, we got the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands come out again. This is someone who's aggressive and sexually impulsive. So everything that you were saying about that person, lying on that person, what it's saying is this is you. It's important to look at how you have communicated about this person, because really what you're doing is projecting the energy you're in. And you don't see that. You don't see that. You don't see that you're doing that, Aries. Okay, so let's get some advice for you and see what you can do to help move you forward. Ten of Swords. You've hit, if you don't stop going the way you're going, if you don't get off the path that you are currently on, you're gonna hit rock bottom. You're gonna hit rock bottom, and you're gonna be in a position where you're always going to be asking other people to help you because you are the one who can't get ahead. So everything that you said about this other person, you are going to be, it's like whatever you create by the words that you speak about other people is the reality that you're going to live in. So it's very, very important to mind how you speak and your thoughts. It's saying you need to quickly make a course correction on the path that, you know, the path you're on is a dangerous path, and it's a path of struggle. The world talks about completing cycles, learning a lesson. You need to learn that lesson. Okay? Any final advice? If you can learn that lesson, you got the Ace of Pentacles. So if you can learn that lesson, you might get a new job that you like. You won't feel chained to the devil. You'll actually like your job. If you don't, your money's gonna suffer. All right, guys. All right, Aries, I hope that helped. You have a lot of work to do, Aries, but you're starting to, little by little, starting to release those negative thoughts that you've had that's kept you in this immature, emotionally immature energy. Remember, as we're doing that introspection, we're not here to look at what other people have done wrong to us. We're here to look at our own behaviors, our own words that we speak, our own actions, our own thoughts. Everything comes down to taking responsibility for how we behave, okay? All right, Aries, I think I'm going to leave that one there. I hope that helped. And I think we're going to go next to Leo, all right? All right, Leo, it's time to do your reading. So we're going to start off by pulling 2 cards from the Architect deck. Archetypes. Sorry, my bad. The archetype was like, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. The Archetype deck. All right, we're going to look into your strengths and what you need to work on. So the strengths will be the light attributes, and the shadow attributes is going to be the area where you need to work on. Okay, so this is advice. This is advice for Leo. And then we have Midas, okay, for the shadow. So for your light attribute, you got bully. That's the light attribute. The light attribute highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Okay. So that's like a strength that you have. Now, something that you need to work on says, we got Midas. This is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. Okay. So the advice for Leo has to do with your fear of losing your money, but the fact that you have the strength within you to confront that fear is going to help you push through that, okay? So we're talking about your Your obsession with your finances and fear of losing it. Okay, so we got the first cards that came out is the High Priestess and the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay, so the Six of Swords talks about unable to move on. You're stagnant because you're not able to trust your intuition. You're not able to trust yourself. It could have been the last time you did trust yourself. It led to some disappointment, and it ended in probably a painful way. So moving forward, so it could be, at first I thought this was talking about money, but it could be talking about, Leo, that when you did take a chance, you had lots of options, and when you finally made that investment and offered your cup of love to somebody, all it led was to all it I can't even talk. When you finally did offer your cup of love to someone, all it did was bring fighting, conflicts, arguing, and even selfishness. Like, your person could have, it was one-sided. It was one-sided, where you were giving, and the other person was just taking. Okay. And so now that this painful ending happened, it could have caused a tower, because this person, they could have probably taken your money because you took a chance on the wrong person. So now you're trying to fight the fear of offering something new to someone else because of the experience that you had in the past. You don't want to feel like a fool again. You could have felt foolish for trusting this person. What else does Leo need to know? What else does Leo need to know? What else does Leo need to know? The Wheel of Fortune will turn in your favor. But you gotta let go of you need to make the decision to finally let go of the hurt that this person caused you. Because while everybody thought, oh, so great, looked so beautiful, the truth is it was a burden. People couldn't see the situation for what it was, because you guys could have been very abundant. You're living on, a lavish lifestyle, and everybody thought, oh, you guys are, how wonderful it must be to be you, and you're just like, yo, I just want to end this. I want to end this situation. It's causing too much heartache for me. But you feel stuck. You feel stuck, like you can't move forward. But you can, but you have to confront that fear that bullies you. And it has to do with how... Okay, so it doesn't have to be just hoarding money. It could have been like hoarding emotions. You gave a lot of emotion to this person, and they didn't give that back to you. You provided financially, and they just took. They don't want to work, and you took a chance on someone that left you feeling foolish, and so now you want to move forward, but you can't, because you have to face this fear. Okay. Any final advice for Leo? Yeah, don't be afraid. You have a new passionate beginning somewhere. Don't be afraid. You have something new that you can grow somewhere else if you move past this fear. Any final advice for Leo? Any final advice for Leo? Okay, let me just stop being stubborn. Stop being stubborn. Make that romantic, sweet proposal, because if not, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on this passionate new beginning that you could have somewhere else. But you got to get out of that situation of feeling in lack and isolated and you know, just alone. You have to get out of that energy if you want to have that wish fulfillment. Okay? All right, guys. I think I'm going to leave that one there. I hope this helped, Leo. And let's move on to Sagittarius, all right? All right, Sagittarius, this is your Zodiac reading. We're here to get you some advice. We're going to pull 2 cards from the archetype deck. One for your strength and one for what you need to work on, okay? So let's get one for your strengths. Ooh, for your strengths, you got the Alchemist. Light attributes, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. Oh, okay, so that's your light attribute. That's your strength. Transforming the base motives and goals into golden wisdom. So turning pain into power. Okay, so for the shadow attributes, I'm sorry. These ones kind of slid out kind of funny. So I think I'm going to put those ones back. I'm sorry. They just didn't feel right. I was looking at them and I wasn't connecting. If I don't connect to it, then I put it back. Okay. So the second card we got is student. So this is for your shadow attributes. Shadow attributes. Arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Unwilling to translate knowledge into action. Huh. This is weird because the strengths, the light attribute says transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, and the shadow attributes is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Oh, okay. You can, you're good at the alchemy part, but you're having maybe you're not taking the action to bring it down into the material world. So it's like you have an idea. You have an idea, it's a great idea, and it's gonna really empower lots of people, but then you just don't want to take that action and bring it into the form where it will actually help people. You have the idea, but to bring it out into the world is a different thing. And so that's what it's saying, that you have the great ideas, but you need to bring it out into the world. Okay, so let's see what this is about. And then we have the King of Swords. This is a strategic leader, needing to have strategy. Speak truth. Be clear-minded. And be supportive and tolerant. Because the moment you start to bring that idea into the world, it's going to create conflict around you. And there's going to be a need for you to stay strong so you can break free from that conflict. You're going to need to break free from that conflict. And it can be people that are around you, people that you love. You know, it could be your spouse, it could be your family, your parents, your children, your friends. Breaking free because you could be stuck. You're stuck in not knowing how to bring that into reality. You may need to cut out somebody, somebody that you saw as your wish fulfillment, somebody that is very shiny and bright and, very pretty. You might have to move away. Why? Because this person caused a lot of heartache in your life. They weren't giving to you. Emotionally, they were withholding from you, and that caused you to feel trapped in that situation. You were trapped in a tower that was burning down. So why are you not willing to take action on your ideas? It could be because you were feeling trapped in that situation. Why are they unwilling to take action? What's holding them back? What's holding you back? You want to tell me? Come on, Sagittarius. Don't get quiet on me. Okay. Okay. Why are you unable to move forward? Because you have somebody who's very aggressive, very cold, very just mean, that you're trying to get away from. You're trying to move away from them so you can be that loving, caring, truth-speaking leader that you're supposed to be. But this person is keeping you feeling down. What is your advice? What's your advice? What can you do to start taking this action? What advice? Work. Either focus on your work, focus on what it is that you want to build, or work on breaking free from this conflict that this person is creating in your life. You'll have victory. You'll have happiness. But the alchemist, he's a magician. He knows how to turn that pain into power. There's a need for you to turn that pain into power. You might need to move away from this person. But this person was sneaky anyways. They were stealing from you. They were doing something sneaky that you didn't know about. Okay, any final advice? So you need to get those ideas out into this world. You need to take a chance. And that chance might lead to a tower moment, like in your home, in your relationship. It might cause a tower moment in your life. Why? Because you're pursuing that coin. You're going after that money, right? And someone's like, "Why are you doing that? What are you up to?" They might be thinking that you're juggling, that you want to leave because there's someone else in the picture, but you're like, "Nah, I really just want to get away from you." I'm sorry. Yeah, but I don't know if you're not telling them. That's what it is. You're not telling them. You know what you need to do, but you can't bring that into this world, because there's decisions that you need to make. There's truth that needs to be spoken about an ending. That it could be that, like, yo, I don't think, if there's three people in this situation, so you could be wanting to break up with this person to be with someone else, but that person that you want to leave them for, they're not even in the picture. I don't think they even know. They're just, nah, they don't. They're off doing their own thing. But you're trying to make the decision. Which way do I go? So that's what's holding you back from bringing these ideas into reality. It's because you're not willing to make the changes that you need to make to get your happiness. All right, any final advice for Sagittarius? Any final advice for Sagittarius? Final advice for Sagittarius? Final advice for Sagittarius? That fighting is going to cause a tower moment in your life regardless. You can either get out of the burning tower before it comes crashing down, or you can burn inside of it. Be in it. Be stuck in it as it burns down to the ground. Either way, that tower is going to come down. It's up to you. Are you going to stay in that tower fighting, or just are you going to, yeah. Are you going to stay in there? It's Spirit's asking you. Are you going to stay? Because you can get out of this situation. You can get out of this situation and move towards happiness. But in order to get out of it, you have to leave it. You have to get... you need to get out. How you're not taking the action to get out. You're not taking the action that you need to get out of the situation. So these ideas, this, whatever skills and talents and abilities that you have that could be beneficial to other people, they're just going to be hidden because you're just locked away in your little tower. And that's what you're doing right now. So, all right, break free. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this helped. All right, you guys, don't forget to check out the link below for my Patreon page. You can sign up for different types, different membership levels, different prices, different types of readings. So be sure to check that. The link is below. All right, guys, we'll see you guys next time.